How you doing? I'm Daryll Praill. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer at VanillaSoft, which kind of makes me somewhat uniquely qualified to talk today about the whole premise around sales and marketing alignment. Now, many of you have probably heard this talked about ad nauseum. You know, it's just like, oh my gosh, another freaking session on how to get sales and marketing aligned. But it's actually a really important session, and so many people get it wrong. Okay, so then why am I the right person to talk about it? Well, I'm the right person to talk about it because I've been both a VP of sales and I've been a VP of marketing. I've been a chief marketing officer, which I was most recently until I became the chief revenue officer. I've owned both. I've been a VP of sales and marketing to make it more interesting. And today at VanillaSoft, all of these characters, all of sales, all of marketing report to me, which makes it even more relevant that my own teams are aligned and working towards a common shared goal and vision. So let's just have some fun with this, okay? Let's just make this interesting. We're going to have some fun, and I'm going to dramatize for you the very conversations that I've been in over the years. And I gave this presentation a while ago, not this particular presentation, but this little snippet was inspired by something that Dan Disney and I did not too long ago, where we did a little role playing on this topic. And he played the role of marketing and I played the role of sales. But I'm going to kind of reimagine it here just by myself. So to help you understand, right now when I am here with no hat, no nothing, no accoutrement, I am the marketer. But when I have the hat, I'm the sales guy. Because every sales rep you've ever met wears a hat, right? I can wear a hat this way, or I can be that skid marketer that just works in the boiler room, whatever you want to. Or I could be that doofus sales guy that never lasts more than probation period. So you can be the skid sales rep, you can be the chill skateboarding sales rep, or you can be the sales leader, your choice. But this is sales, and this is marketing. So let's have some fun. This is why we need sales and marketing alignment. Here we go. Your leads suck. They're not qualified. Every lead you give me is brutal. I don't even know why I bother. Like, your leads literally suck. They're useless. Really? You think that's the case? So let me tell you that your salespeople can't convert my awesome leads. I give them for you. I spend a lot of money, pay-per-click, SEO, content. I do all this wonderful stuff, and you do nothing with them. You know what I do? You give me all these leads from that most recent trade show, and I call them. I call the first 5 or 10, and I realize that every single lead you gave me was simply somebody stopping by the booth for a tchotchke, and you did 0 qualification, and I throw the rest away because I'm not going to waste my sales reps' time. You know what? We're creating great content here to pull you in. The issue is we do this. We make phenomenal inbound leads, and your reps, they make maybe 1 call. And then they give up. And then when you miss your number, you say it's marketing's fault. But the reality is you and I both know you need to make at least 9, 10, 11, 12 attempts before you ever get a hold of them. But you're not doing that. You're wasting my time. You're wasting my budget. You're killing the company. You want to talk about holding each other accountable? Let me talk to you about accountability. The average tenure for someone like me is 18 months. Typically, if I'm not doing well within 3 months, I'm on a PIP. You know what that is? Because you probably don't. It's a performance improvement plan. I'm all about accountability. My numbers are visible for the entire company. What are you? You get measured on how many website visitors you get or how many impressions your press release has. You have no concept of accountability. Well, you know what? My job here, buddy, is to grow traffic, to grow demand. My job is to create you prospects. Your neck is on the line because you're not doing your job. Let's cut to the chase. I am. The numbers speak for themselves. The numbers. You want to talk about the numbers? You know what you're bringing me? You're bringing me Gmail addresses. You're bringing me students researching their next report. Those are the leads you're giving me. Can you for once just give me some real leads that match our ideal customer profile and that actually are in the markets that we serve? That would be great. You think that's the case? Next thing you're going to tell me like, hey, why don't you just like, let me give you my budget too, right? So that because you're the sales rep, you know what you're doing. So why should I have any budget? Let's give it all to you. But let's think about that. What would happen if I gave you all my budget? If I gave you all my budget, you know what you do? You'd hire more reps that would call once or they're probably even afraid of the phone. They would wait like a week to call and then they'd give up. That would be a real good spend of the money, wouldn't it? You know what? You talk smack. You think selling's so easy. Have you even ever picked up a phone? You're up here in your little ivory tower. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Sales is hard, my friend. Why don't you try it sometime? You think sales is hard? Your reps, they hide behind email. When was the last time they picked up a phone? Most of them don't even know how to do a stupid thing in social selling. I have to tell them when to post something on LinkedIn. I have to tell them to engage. I have to literally give them the link, and even then, half the time they don't do it. You know, you talk about all this content you make, but have you ever actually talked to the people who are reading our content, who are consuming the content? Said another way, have you ever picked up the phone and talked to a customer? Said another way, have you ever picked up a phone? Have you ever done any of this? You have no idea what your messaging's all about. You know what? I have every idea in the world. The challenge is you don't have an understanding of what marketing's about. You don't understand marketing. Yes. That's why we need sales and marketing alignment. That message happens every day, every freaking day. So what do you do? What do you do when you've actually got that situation where your sales and marketing teams are so dysfunctional that you don't know where to go? Well, I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give it to you quick and dirty. I'm going to give you 10 fast tips. All right, we're going to go lightning round. And then if you want to continue the conversation, reach out to me on LinkedIn, and I would love to have that conversation with you. All right, but this is a place to start. All right, so let's start off with, and then this is in no particular order. I'm going to bounce around a little bit here, but you get the idea, right? I'll do my best to make it logical. Number one, you need to have clearly defined roles, responsibilities, and shared metrics. This is going to lead to another thing. It's going to lead to what we call a surface level agreement. But right now, we're going to sit down and say, what's my job? My job is top of funnel. What's your job? My job is bottom of funnel. All right. All right. So if that's the case, then what do you expect from me? What is the definition of a lead? That rocks people's world. You'd be shocked how far apart they are. What are the key messages we're going to have? What are my expectations if I make you a lead when sales is going to follow up on it within an hour, within a day, within a week? How many attempts are you going to make? And then sales was in marketing. This is the volume of leads I need from you, and they need to hit this criteria. All right. And this is the content I need from you because I need that content for certain points in my sales cycle. So that's the first thing. What are our defined roles, responsibilities, and shared metrics? The next thing you're going to do is you're going to actually talk about and document who are your target buyers and how do they buy? This always rocks my world. You put people in the room, and this is an exercise I encourage you to do. Put your whole management team in a room and say, who's our buyer? Who buys? No judgment, no correction. We're just going to go around the table. Who do you think our buyer is? 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 And so on. Do this with your sales team. Do this with your marketing team. Put them all together. And then you're going to see just how screwed up you really are. It's an excellent exercise. Then when that's all said and done, actually do the research, call your customers, do the analysis on your install base, look at how you differentiate or who you want to sell to so you can have blue ocean versus red ocean where all your competition is. All right. You need to understand that. And the second part is you need to understand how they buy. When you understand how they buy, then you understand the content they need, you understand how to reach them. All right. If they're not on social media, if they buy simply by word of mouth referrals, then you need to do a lot of influencer marketing and you get a lot of introductions on the sales side. That's how they buy. All right. So you're documenting this. Roles, responsibilities, and shared metrics. One, understanding how your target buyers buy and how their buying process looks like. All right. That's number two. Number three, you need to actually perfect your sales and marketing messaging. Let me explain. If marketing's out there saying the sky is red and everybody comes to the website because they want a red sky, they share that vision and then they get to sales and sales says the sky is blue, your buyer is going to be confused all to hell. It really makes no sense. I thought I was talking to you because you had red skies, but that's what I want. But you got blue skies? Oh, no. Blue skies is where it's at, but your sales rep's already starting on the defensive, and that's bad. That's bad, 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 bad. All right. So you actually need to perfect your sales and marketing messaging. So you need to understand what are the questions you would ask and what are the answers you expect from them. What are the content you need? All that messaging needs to appear everywhere on the website, in your content, in your sales scripts. And you got to listen for that with tools like Chorus or Gong, etc. When you do your coaching, to make sure they're using the same words. You want a seamless customer experience. Do that, and everybody on both sides of the equation will be really, really happy. All right, number 4, I think it is, you need to define what the perfect handoff is from marketing to sales. We talked a bit about this already. That handoff kind of says, what do you expect from me? Is it in salesforce.com? Is it in VanillaSoft, the sales engagement platform? Is it in an email? Is it on Slack? What's the information? And then how will I know that you've received it? How will I know that you've got all the information? How will I know that that resulted in a sales? That's all part of the handoff. We're handing out, making sure all the data and the information is filled out and the processes and systems support it. How soon will they hand off? We talked about that, right? How soon will they hand off? What do you do if there isn't anybody there to hand off to? All of that is the perfect handoff between sales and marketing. So there's no confusion. You document it. You see what I'm doing here? Over and over again, we're writing it all down. All right. Next thing is marketing and sales enablement tools need to play nice together. All right. So whether it's a Marketo or a HubSpot or a Pardot on the Salesforce.com side, or maybe it's a High Road, a Seismic, a Big Tin Can, the list goes on, a Brainshark. You get the idea. On the sales enablement side, they've got to have the same content. They got to be measured the same way. You got to make sure that they're actually seamlessly communicating so you understand how it all works. That's how your sales reps find the content, all right? So if that's the case, knowing that each team works in different tools, you got to make sure that they all work together. Sometimes the way to make that happen is to put CRM in the middle, because that can be the clearinghouse from one app to the other app. And it goes back and forth. And then the CRM becomes the system of truth because it has everything, all right? So you want to make sure there's no data loss. You want to make sure it's all in real time. That's really important. We're up to number 6 now. Number 6, I think it is, you want to align your content usage, all right? So we all know that content is king. And whenever you align your sales and marketing teams, because they are teams, I call my sales and marketing teams my revenue team. I've eliminated the word sales, eliminated the word marketing when I'm talking revenue, and I have revenue meetings. Now, they may go back to their desks and be the sales team or the marketing team, but we're united on revenue, all right? So that means there needs to be that seamless transition in your messaging across all that content. That also means that the content you make in marketing needs to support the sales process. And that means marketing needs to talk to sales clients, customers that have gone through the process. That means marketing needs to listen to those sales calls to hear what's being said, all right? And that means that sales, whenever they learn something that's valuable, a unique angle, a powerful proposition that we hadn't thought about, you've got to feed that back to sales so that content perpetuates. Again, this is about getting everybody on the same line, the same expectations, the same language, all right? And then all of this comes together for that SLA, that service level agreement we talked about. And the beauty of the service level agreement is it documents everything I just said. Who is our ideal customer profile? Who is our target customer? Who are the markets that we're chasing? What are their attributes, revenue or employee size or geography, et cetera? Maybe some tech stack considerations. They all must have Salesforce. Who the heck knows? All right, you document it all. And then you document the rules of engagement. I call that. That's that. Okay, if I get a lead, I'm going to hand it to you this way. This is the handoff. And you will follow up. You will reach out to them in a certain amount of time. You will make so many attempts. You will use approved messaging. You will use approved content. You won't make any of your own stupid content because we all know sales reps can't build a PowerPoint to save their lives, despite them thinking otherwise. All right. And you will feed back to me what's working and what's not. And you will communicate what you need so I can build it in marketing. That's what it's all about. And then most importantly, if this doesn't happen, there's a consequence. There's an arbiter. In my case, I'm the arbiter. I'm the CRO. They report to me. I say, sales, you messed up because you didn't make the required number of outreach attempts. I can see you missed your number. You're blaming marketing, saying it's the leads, yet I can see the average lead time follow-up on a brand new lead is 3.5 days, not the agreed upon 1 hour. And I can see the average number of follow-up attempts is 4, not the agreed upon number of attempts being 9. I can also agree that you're doing 80% of your contact by email as opposed to social or phone. Sales, this one's on you. You had an agreement. Marketing, go have a good day. In fact, here's a coupon for your team to go have pizza. All right, that's the SLA. Now, this next one's going to seem pretty crazy, and this is number 8. Meet regularly and meet often. Sales and marketing are a team. You need to park the adversarial point of view, and you need to sit down, have a regularly scheduled sit down, and talk about the pipeline. Go over the pipeline. All right. And you need to go over what's working, what calls are working, what calls are not. And marketers, you need to listen to calls and come back and ask questions and better understand. And sales, you need to give credit and tell them what you need, what worked, what didn't work, and thank them for their time and effort, because creating content isn't easy. You got to make sure you're aligned on the numbers. We're behind on our numbers. Marketing, what can you do to help me out here? All right. Or marketing, we need more people to this webinar. It's a big publicity thing. Sales, can you drive more people? It's a team. Because you're a team, number 9, you need to align your sales and marketing goals. You need to have shared goals, shared KPIs, shared metrics, shared dashboards, shared meetings with the bloody CFO. Do it. Your team, they're there to help you, not hinder you. Finally, I've said this over and over again. I've saved this to last. Number 10, you need to listen to sales calls. Both of you. All right, both of sales and marketing. You're listening for different reasons. You're listening to see what works, what doesn't, the questions that are being asked. That drives the content. The objections you're getting, that drives the content. The tools you need to move the deal forward, to progress it or to close it. All right, you need to make sure you have unity around the message. You need to make sure that something that you're a big believer in isn't falling flat when it's used in the field. You need to recognize when the reps are perhaps dropping the ball, not marketing, not sales leadership, but the reps themselves. You need to listen to the calls. That is the ultimate arbiter of truth. Listen, everything I've said to you here today is not rocket science. It's about being a team united together on a common goal, understanding that one really owns the top half of that funnel, and then there's a handoff to the person who owns the bottom half of the funnel. You win or you lose together. And when you put it all in writing and have alignment around expectations and assumptions, then all the confusion, all the finger pointing goes away. Now, if you don't have this in your organization, stop waiting for the other person to initiate it. Be the leader you are. You start it. When you do this, your sales and marketing organization will transform. Your results will go through the roof. The stats are everywhere. Google it. You will see the stats and be blown away. By simply getting aligned, you can increase your actual pipeline and overall revenue by like 30% or more. That's why this is important. It's not a kumbaya thing. It's right for the business thing. Finally, we all know that your mental well-being is huge. We know this from a year of being locked up. We know this because we're all zoomed out. We know this because our work from home office has become a work from home office / babysitter / getaway place / I hate going there all the time / I'm never going back to the office kind of mindset. Based on that, do you really not want to be aligned? Do you need one more piece of anxiety and stress in your life? Let that be your happy place. My name is Daryll Praill. I'm with VanillaSoft, the industry's most kick-ass sales engagement vendor. Check it out at vanillasoft.com. Follow me on LinkedIn. In the meantime, I wish you well in getting your sales and marketing team aligned. Take care.